G'day battlers, and today we're jumping into a brand new Silph Cup meta for the month of December, and that is the Nightfall Cup. So jumping straight into it, we can see the allowed typings. You need Pokemon that have at least one typing of Ice, Fighting, Normal, Ground, and Poison, with the only bans being Megas. And also in the text it actually says there's a bit of a special condition for this cup, and that is that you have to subscribe to this channel for future Nightfall Cup content. I don't make the rules, but that's just how it be. Daily content coming in December, which I'll talk about again at the end of the video, and yeah, let's jump into the meta. Did you get the screenshot? Okay, but yeah, let's jump into it. This is my Nightfall Cup meta simplified infographic. Steve from the future here. I actually forgot to mention that I also uploaded a battle video. It'll be linked at the end of the video and in the description. You can go watch that after this meta video so that you can kind of see this meta being put into action. Yeah, see you then, bye. We've got 5 groupings here. We've got the Ice types in the top left. We've got the Fighters / Pseudo Fighters with Mud Boys in the top right. Stunfisk in the middle, back from Sunrise. In the bottom right, we've got Wigglytuff. And in the bottom left, we have this dynamic duo straight out of the gates of heck. It is Shadow Victreebel and Shadow Gloom. Thanks to Game Press for the Shadow graphics, by the way. I just stole it from them. But yeah, we've got 5 groups here. Let's start with Stunfisk in the middle. And yeah, as I said before, he's been taken straight out of Sunrise, and he's back again to just define another meta here. A little less meta defining here, but definitely still doing so much work and going to be on so many teams. Having that rock damage is huge. It's going to beat the Ice types in the top eft. It is going to lose to the Fighters / Pseudo Fighters in the top right, except for that Glade a little bit. Glade isn't really a great Stunfisk counter. It needs like the double close combat, and even then, in the like default 1 shield, Stunfisk is still going to win that matchup. So Glade can do work against Stunfisk. This just isn't like his best spot, I guess. Then Stunfisk is going to beat Wigglytuff in the bottom right because it's got that steel typing. It just kind of doesn't take that much damage from the charm. And then the bottom left, I've got that back and forth arrow between Stunfisk and the Shadow Razorleafers. I kind of thought that the Shadow Razorleafers would win in the 1 shield, but Stunfisk does win that. But as soon as they go to 2 shields, which is you're going to see is going to be a theme for the Shadow Razorleafers. Once they go to 2 shields, they've got that matchup, and Stunfisk is no more. So if they go to 2 shields, just give up, let Stunfisk go, move on with your life. Moving on to Wigglytuff in the bottom right, got the direction right. Wigglytuff is going to be beating those Fighters / Pseudo Fighters in the top right, dang it. And then going to be losing to Stunfisk as before. I don't have an arrow between Wigglytuff and the Ice types because it is a bit back and forth. Wigglytuff generally beats things like Frostlass as well as Abomasnow or Celio, but it's then going to lose to other things like Snowy Castform or Articuno, which is going to be big because it's a big Shadow Vic counter, but again, we'll mention that a little bit later. So yeah, Wigglytuff a little bit back and forth with the Ice types, but it is going to lose hard to the Shadow Victreebel, Shadow Gloom duo because they've got the Poison type again. Charm isn't doing much, and they are just pumping that Shadow Razorleaf action straight at Wigglytuff. So yeah, that's where Wigglytuff's at. The fighter dudes, again, they're losing to Wiggles, and then they're beating Stunfisk, except for the Glade in most cases. There's a bit of a back and forth arrow between the Fighters and the Ice types. Again, it's not that cut and dry, so I guess Frostlass having the Ghost typing is a bit of a complication, but also the fact that we have paired the Fighters with the Pseudo Fighters does kind of add some extra stuff going on. Frostlass does generally win against most of the Fighters, but it does lose against Glade and also Machamp. I didn't forget and then had to kind of sit around while I remembered. It's Machamp. Also Snowy Castform though. Snowy Castform is going to be losing to more of the Fighters just because it is that like pure Ice type. It doesn't have the Ghost type to kind of buff its fighting ability to handle themness. But Shadow Swampert is actually, I think, going to beat both of those 2 Ice types, whereas they're both going to beat regular Swampert, so something else to throw in the mix as well. Most of the other Ice types in the cup are going to lose to the Fighters and stuff though, because that's just kind of how it be. The Water types aren't going to care about like Mudboy so much, but the Water Ices like Lapras are definitely kind of, they're going down on the rankings. They're not too high up. There's better Ice types in the meta. But then against the Razorleafers, obviously Mudboys, like, they're going to disappear. You're not even going to see any Razorleaf actions. They're just, all of a sudden your Pokemon's going to be gone. Outie. The Fighters do stand a little bit more of a chance. You really would have thought that Glade, because it has Confusion, would have been able to beat the Grass Poison type Razorleafers. But turns out that it is a tie. They tie. Shadow Glade actually does beat Shadow Victreebel, but it still ties with Shadow Gloom. And this is all in the 1 shield. But yeah, very uncool. And obviously, like, they're not even throwing charge moves in that 1 shield too. So like, the 2 shields the same. 0 shield, at least Glade's going to be able to do something, throw some move at him, but not cool. Steve from the future again. I also forgot to mention level 50 Metacham. So at the moment, all of these simulations are with level 40 Metacham. Level 50 Metacham is going to be a thing, and it's going to be even more insane. So we'll just kind of see what happens, see if we get level 50 Metacham at some point, and we'll talk about it then. Before that, it's all speculation. Like, we wouldn't even know how good it is, how the CP goes. But yeah, just wanted to mention that. And yeah, video continue. Second last group, the ice types. So I can almost touch them. I just have to like reach really far. We just kind of covered that fact that the fighters ice types are kind of back and forth-ish, which we will go over more once we start getting into the meta videos, which again, December, I'm not sure how much I'm going to make in November, but December will be daily content. Again, talking more at the end about that. But moving on to Stunfisk. Stunfisk has the rock slide. They're going to be really hurting the ice types. Against the grass types, Frostlass actually loses the one shield to Shadow Victory Bell, which is so dumb because Powder Snow is super effective. Why can't Shadow Victory Bell just not... It does need to use 2 shields to be able to beat Snowy Castform, but it can still do that, which again is that just if you burn all of your shields on your Shadow Grasses, they're going to be able to do really well. They're going to be able to take out like at least one Pokemon unless you have a really hard counter, but I'm getting slightly ahead of myself because we're still talking about the ice types. But the only thing I didn't mention was that fact that the Ices and the Wigglytuff also have a bit of a back and forth, because Wigglytuff going to be able to beat stuff like the Frostlass and the Abomasnow, and Snowy Castform is going to be able to beat Wigglytuff back, and that's sort of just the spam factor. But that does leave the Shadow Victory Bell, Shadow Gloom combo, and basically the whole deal is just if you give them shields, they are going to do well. They're going to beat a lot of this meta. Like, it's kind of insane. There are so few meta counters to like Shadow Victory Bell in the 2 shield that are going to be able to win it. There's like Articuno is a good one because you don't have to burn any shields. Doctor tried to mention that one. Shadow Gallade is going to be able to beat him in the 2 shield, but look, I think we're going to just wait and see how the meta kind of develops. Shadow Victory Bell is really something that you are going to have to watch out for as that like really good safe swap. Just they'll swap into it, burn 2 shields, win switch advantage, and then try and win with whatever 2 Pokemon they've got against whatever you've got left. So it's really going to be something to worry about. We'll see how the team comps kind of go as the month goes on. But yeah. That is my Nightfall Cup Meta Simplified infographic. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, especially that subscribe one, because you legally have to, like, that is in the Nightfall Cup rules. I don't make it up, it's just how it is. So you have to hit that subscribe button if you have not already. And also thank you to my co-hosts from this morning, Fish Nahida and Dr. Trotter. We were on the live stream reveal for the Nightfall Cup, so I'm sure that went really well. I'm recording this before the live stream, so I'm just going to sit here and assume that it went perfect, without a hitch. It was just fantastic, a lot of fun, but yeah, I'm sure it was. And content for this month. So I'm not sure how much content I'm going to be able to put out for the next week. And then I'm going to start putting out a lot of content, including like daily content in December. So even if it's a little bit slow in this first week, we'll just have to wait and see. It is going to be daily in December. So get ready for that. Whole lot of Nightfall Cup content coming to you then. So definitely subscribe. And yeah. I don't have the graphics here, so I'm going to voice it again. I promise it's on the other video, the battle video, which I didn't mention. You probably would have seen the Steve from the future mention the battle video at the start of the video, because I forgot to mention it, but that's up as well. You can go watch the battle video as well. It'll link in the description, and also on the channel, and also in the last 20 seconds of the video, because I have to put in the last 20 seconds. Thank you to our patrons, Lifetime9458, brajSF, Ben10, Unhuman, Yahwertle, SqeakyNL, charizardyong, and primativedoc for supporting the channel. And thank you to SaddyP for the Twitch emote, rated 44 Maze for 5 Twitter subs, primativedoc, Mel Good, and Oscalicious for the subs on Twitch. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Bye!